Hello, Dante Bosco here. As the voice of Zuko on Avatar: The Last Airbender, I'm excited to share with you that the Avatar is coming to Magic: The Gathering. This new card set captures all your favorite elements from the iconic show, from lifelong friendships to fantastic creatures and epic elemental bending moments. Dramatic duels for the fate of the world, and unexpected allies that are made along the way. Although, I believed in that Zuko guy all along. Avatar Aang has re-emerged after 100 years frozen in ice to find the world he once knew torn apart by violence. With the air nomads who raised him extinguished at the hands of the Fire Nation, Aang strives to maintain their legacy while ensuring the other nations do not suffer from the same fate. But in order to restore the balance to the people of the world, Aang will have to master all 4 elements. Only with his full power unlocked will the Avatar stand a chance against the mighty Fire Lord and his minions. Through his journey, Aang grows to become a mythic master of elements. His cards show this evolution, tracking his progress until he finally masters all 4 elements. And though his power is great, Aang's not alone in his fight. The Avatar has gathered loyal allies to help him. Katara is a waterbender from the Southern Water Tribe. She and her brother Sokka were the first to discover that Aang was still alive and frozen in ice. And the siblings would prove his most loyal and constant companions. Katara's brother Sokka may not have her skill with waterbending, but he used his tactical know-how to hatch many of Team Avatar's plans. When Aang meets Toph, she's already a legendary earthbender as the Blind Bandit. Once she joins Aang, Toph invents a totally new form of bending, metal bending. By the time they're ready to face the Fire Lord, Aang's friends had grown in strength as much as he had, and in the process, they were even able to add some former enemies to their cause. Zuko, the Crown Prince of the Fire Nation, was once tasked with hunting down Aang and destroying him, but instead, Zuko embraced Aang's mission and even became Aang's firebending teacher. He also had an incredible voice. That's what I hear anyway. Zuko was redeemed through his mentorship with his uncle Iroh. This wise warrior led a secret society of sages, the White Lotus, which remained dedicated to cooperation between nations even in the midst of war. He also had a passion for hot leaf juice. Tea. Aang may have had to defeat Fire Lord Ozai in order to save the world, but he had other enemies to overcome first. When Zuko failed to capture the Avatar, his sister, Azula, was dispatched by their father to hunt down the Avatar. And Zuko. Not cool. Just as Aang and his friends grew stronger, so did their enemies. Azula ended up becoming the Fire Lord herself. The Fire Nation Navy also sported a fearsome leader in the form of Admiral Zhao, who was willing to disrupt the moon and tides themselves in order to give the Fire Nation an advantage. One of the most unique and celebrated aspects of the world of Avatar, hybrid animals, are fusions of 2 different creatures from our world. The Badger Moles, a combination of badgers and moles. Fearsome, but have a fondness for music. A pair of badger moles taught young Toph how to earthbend, giving her a head start on her road to becoming an earthbending prodigy. Avatar Aang has a strong, soft spot for animals throughout his travels. In addition to his companions Appa and Momo, Aang takes care to improve the living conditions of many animals in the Ba Sing Se Zoo. From the dragonflies to the rambunctious rabaroos, Aang looks out for all the creatures, big and small. The world of Avatar: The Last Airbender is built around the abilities some people have to bend the elements around them. Though the Avatar is the only one being capable of bending all 4, entire nations have risen based on the bending of single elements. Magic: The Gathering has brought these familiar forms of bending into the game with their own unique mechanics. Waterbenders learn their art from the spirits of the moon and ocean and form the southern and northern water tribes. This bending type manifests as an effect. While paying a waterbend cost, you can tap your artifacts and creatures to help. Each one pays for 1 mana. Earthbending, pioneered by the Badger Moles, is the natural element of the Earth Kingdom. It allows you to use the land itself. In the game, the earthbending mechanic enables you to turn a land you control into a 0/0 creature with haste while keeping it as a land. You then put X+1/+1 counters on it, where X is the earthbending value. When that creature dies or is exiled, return the land to the battlefield tapped. Fire is the element of passion and life, but it can also be incredibly destructive, as shown by the danger posed by the Fire Nation. Whenever a creature with firebending attacks, add red mana for the firebending value. This mana lasts until the end of combat. Airbending, like its element, is an elusive and tricky martial art. In this set, when you airbend a permanent, exile it. While it is exiled, its owner may cast it for 2 rather than its mana cost. Saga cards are a returning mechanic which tells the story of Avatar: The Last Airbender. These cards unspool the story over each of your turns. Careful though, some of these stories are bound to make you tear bend. Double-faced sagas have also returned. Once you reach the final chapter, the saga is exiled and returned to the battlefield as the legendary creature whose story was told. In this case, one of the avatars who preceded Aang, the mighty waterbender Karuk. Avatar Aang was also able to draw on assistance from his friends and people from other nations in his fight against the Fire Lord. Celebrating this, the Last Airbender set returns the ally creature subtype. With this enchantment, empower your allies, and for each player you deal combat damage to, draw a card. Avatar Aang and his friends were also forced to learn many hard lessons over the course of their journey. Lesson is a returning spell subtype down on instants and sorceries. With this card, you can weaken one creature or buff another, or you may choose to do both. This set also has many art and frame treatments, showing off the unique style of the world of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Borderless Field Notes cards allows you to appreciate the creatures of Avatar, from the mighty dragons to the little badger mole cubs. Meanwhile, borderless battle pose cards highlight the martial fury of these benders. And things are taken one step further with the neon ink borderless battle pose. Zuko has never looked so fearsome. There are also borderless elemental frame cards, highlighting the element of each character. The borderless double-faced saga cards shine a spotlight on both sides of these cards, giving you twice the opportunity to admire these moments from Avatar. This card type also includes Avatar Aang in a borderless raised foil, with art from one of the creators of Avatar, Brian Konietzko himself. Borderless source material cards reprint actual frames of Avatar: The Last Airbender on the card itself. Here, Tui and Law, the spirits of the moon and ocean, are reprinted on a Mystic Remora card. Or a close-up of Ozai. He literally burned Zuko's face to teach him a lesson. Talk about a cruel tutor. These cards let you appreciate moments from the show as they actually happened. From the first meeting of Aang and his trusty air bison Appa, to the very first glimpse of Aang himself. For those familiar with the world of Avatar who are hoping to get into magic, look no further. The beginner box has everything you need to play. This box is the perfect introduction to the rules of the game, teaching you as you go and containing everything you need to play with a friend. You don't need to buy anything else for learning magic. Coming with Jumpstart decks you can play out of the box, along with a game mat to play on and an easy-to-use guide. The beginner box allows you to dive into the world of Avatar with ease. And there are more easy ways to play. The Jumpstart packs allow you to select any 2 of these 61 unique packs to open. By mixing your 2 packs together, you can create a ready-to-play deck with one of 46 mixed themes. That's a lot of options. Whether you're drawn to a non-bender human with martial abilities like Sokka and his skill with a space sword, or fearsome spirits like Wan Shi Tong, who collects knowledge from his spirit library. There's also lots of variety within each element. Fire can come in a vicious and deadly form as used by Azula, who is able to shoot lightning from her fingertips, but can also be a more balanced and life-affirming form as wielded by Avatar Roku, the avatar before Aang. Or in nature, like the bending used by Avatar Roku's animal companion, the Dragon Fang. Just as Badgermoles invented earthbending, dragons were the original firebenders. I personally wouldn't put any pressure on you, but you can't go wrong with Zuko. He is a firebending master after all. The spirit world also has a great variety. Heibai has little in common with Wan Shi Tong, although both can be intimidating when provoked by humans. So if you plan on messing with his spirit, watch out. If you are drawn to earthbending, You can play as another of Aang's past lives. Avatar Kyoshi, the avatar before Roku, was so fearsome in life that even 2 lifetimes later, Aang was still being accused of murder on her behalf. And no earthbending deck would be complete without the self-identified greatest earthbender in the world, Toph. The Jumpstart packs also include reprints of existing cards remade in the Avatar style. There aren't any dedicated Commander decks for the Last Airbender set. Instead, there will be a Commander bundle, which contains 9 14-card play boosters, 2 of 10 Commander bundle booster fun cards, and more. Each bundle also comes with special versions of Arcane Signet, Soul Ring, and Swiftfoot boots. These staple cards capture moments from the show in the beautiful borderless elemental frame treatment. With so many incredible moments to choose from in the show, it was hard to narrow it down to just 2 amazing scene boxes to include in the set. Katara's reversal shows Katara mid-waterbending move, but once the other cards are added, they show the invasion on the day of the Black Sun, between Sokka and Katara's dad Hakoda leading his forces on the beaches, to Appa in his full armor, to the unexpected return of the Swamp Benders. This scene has endless detail to be admired. And though the Day of the Black Sun did not result in a victory for Team Avatar, there are brighter days ahead, one of which was captured in the next scene. Sokka and Suki are one of the iconic romantic pairs in Avatar. Though they start out at odds, their relationship blossoms through the series, culminating in them reuniting and helping defeat the Fire Lord together. This scene portrays the happy ending for other couples as well. Once the Fire Lord has been defeated, there's plenty of time for romance. Here we have Aang and Katara, and Zuko and Mai. Of course Zuko found love. Like I said, probably something to do with his voice. This scene captures the victorious moment at the end of the series where we leave the Aang gang ushering a new moment of peace and prosperity. You don't need to wait until the official release date to get in on the action. You can play early at your local game store for pre-release starting the weekend of November 15th and 16th. This set features 5 different seeded pre-release packs, each with its own element and theme cards inside. So, even if you're new to Magic, you can know that you'll get to play with your favorite element. Check your local game store and sign up for the pre-release box of your choice. There will also be social events like a monthly 2-headed giant Commander Night, Commander Party, and Commander Box League, each with an opportunity to get exclusive cards, like this one, showing Sokka and Katara with their beloved Gran. My cabbages! This version of the Cabbage Merchant, who might consider the Avatar gang his greatest enemies, will be available exclusively at Magic Presents Master the 4 Elements. This set will also be available on Arena on November 18th. Tune in on November 12th to watch Magic streamers play the newest cards. Otherwise, start your own bending adventure on November 21st when The Last Airbender will be available everywhere. I am so excited to join the world of Magic the Gathering and hope you'll join me in playing this new set. If you can't, well, that's rough, buddy.